the current right-wing shill movement viewpoints right now in the media in the UK, one of the things that they're really promoting is this concept that Muslims hate dogs and Muslims are trying to take our dogs away. It's just a disgrace. I don't know any Muslims that hate dogs. In fact, here's an example of me with various dogs. I promise you guys, you've been brainwashed by the media. And I'm not saying some Muslims aren't brainwashed by other political ideologies, and I'm also agreeing that yes, the left is brainwashed as well. Liberals are brainwashed crazy people as well. But you're all brainwashed. Everybody's brainwashed by the media that they're biased to, and that's the problem. And yes, there may be some Muslims that are scared of dogs for cultural reasons, but that's nothing to do with Islam. Literally nothing to do with Islam. The only thing that Islam says about dogs is that their saliva is not pure, so you should wash after touching them. And if you own a dog, you shouldn't really keep it in the house. That's the only things Islam says about dogs. In fact, Islam has, in history, said positive things about dogs. Many of the Arabs used dogs for hunting and as guard dogs. And, in Central Asia, they've got a long history of guard and shepherding dogs. So if these Muslim societies hated dogs, they would be extinct. They would have wiped them out. If you go to Muslim countries, there's dogs everywhere. Stray dogs everywhere. The only place where you don't see loads of dogs is Mecca. Because they like to keep it ritually pure and clean as a place. But that's really only in the centre of Mecca. And in the suburbs of Mecca, I've seen dogs. Stray dogs. Dogs are very common in the Muslim world. They have a purpose and a use. A lot of people in the West, their dog is just sat in the house, staring at the world through a window. They don't walk it. They don't do nothing with it. They kiss it and love it and give it food, but at the end of the day, it's a prisoner in a living room. They don't exercise, they don't do nothing with it. So you're saying Muslims hate dogs, which is a silly, crazy narrative, quite honestly, because it doesn't make sense. The evidence is not there that Muslims hate dogs. I don't hate dogs. I don't know any Muslims that hate dogs. If I see a dog, I don't get scared, I don't freak out. If I touch a dog, depending on what sect you follow, essentially, they say wudu, you wash yourself after the dog's saliva gets on you. But some manhaj and sects of Islam say you don't even need to make wudu after touching a dog. So this idea that we just hate dogs is crazy, because there's dogs everywhere in Muslim countries. They have a purpose, and there's stray dogs everywhere as well. And if Muslims hated dogs, there would be no dogs in Muslim countries. It's a bit of a dumb argument, to be honest. Same with the bacon argument. You've thrown bacon at me, so I'm really scared of bacon. I don't care that you eat bacon. Couldn't care less. If you eat bacon, it's your choice, mate. I don't eat pork for religious reasons, but I don't care if you eat pork. I couldn't care less. It doesn't offend me if you put pictures of pork and try to do it to upset Muslims. I just think it's infantile. Just like when I see people that put bacon in the halal section in various supermarkets in the UK, they think it's hilarious, but Muslims don't care. Honestly, I don't care about such trivial, pedantic, pathetic performances of protest. If you want to have a debate with me about my religion, we can do it. You can disagree with my religion or the history of my religion. That's totally your right to do so, because, everybody has their opinions. But the fact that you focus on such trivial matters like flipping bacon and dogs, shows that you really have no profound arguments whatsoever. Just saying. Goodbye.